Hi yogis! This is a half-hour practice meant to open up your entire body when you are short on time. We're going to increase flexibility from head to toe, and all you'll need to do this practice is to have one block close by. We're going to start in a wide-legged child's pose to open up the hips. You'll need to bring your big toes together, and your knees can really go as wide as you would like them to be. The wider they are, the deeper the stretch is, but it might put a bit of a strain on your lower back. So if you feel pinching or compression, maybe just bring your knees a little closer in. And as you stretch your palms forward, lift out of the lower back and release your forehead to the ground or to a block. Pressing the hips to the heels. Taking deep breaths into the upper back. Start to bring your awareness to the quality of your breath, directing it into those tight spaces. And let's walk the palms in inch by inch. We'll bring the knees back in a little bit. And lifting up into a tabletop pose, we're going to stretch our wrists and our fingers. So you'll need to either turn your palms so the fingertips face out towards the sides of your mat, or if this feels okay and you'd like to go deeper, you're going to bring your fingertips to face towards the knees. Make sure the entire palm of the hand is pressing down into the floor, and you want to be able to spread your fingers really wide. Curl the toes under, and we're going to start to rock the weight back into the hips. Don't let the palm of the hand come off the ground. Keep it pressing down and draw your shoulder blades down your back. Take deep breaths into the forearms and into the wrists. And now as we lean further back, now you can start to peel the palm off the floor, but keep the fingertips and knuckles where they are. See if you can bend the elbows a little bit. So this should feel really good if you work at a desk a lot. And let's release, shake it out. We'll do one more. So almost the same thing, but this time you're gonna bring the back of the hands to the ground. Fingertips are still pointing towards your knees. If this is too much, turn your fingers to point towards each other. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and just like before, start to rock the weight back. Keep the entire palm pressing into the ground. Stretching deeper into the forearms, and let's start to peel the back of the hand off the ground. Keep the fingertips and knuckles as they are, and bend the elbows a little. You should feel this more into the top of the hand. And let's release, shake it out. We're gonna curl the toes under if that's not done already, and now we're gonna rest the hips onto the heels. You might need to move your little pinky toe out of the way. So this is a really deep stretch into the soles of the feet and into the ankles. So to distract ourselves of what's going on there, we're just going to reach our right arm up towards the sky, and then you're going to bend your right elbow. Either use your left hand to press that elbow back, or if the mobility is there, you can reach your left fingertips back behind you and interlace your fingers, catching a hold either of your palms, or you can even grab onto clothing. Try to lift up through the chest, reaching the elbows in opposite directions. Take 2 full breaths. In and out through the nose. And let's release and go do the second side. Left arm will reach straight up towards the sky, and then bend the left elbow. Maybe use your right hand just to lightly press it back as we stretch into the tricep, or you can reach your right fingertips behind you and interlace your fingers, or just hold on to clothing. Elbows are pressing up and away from each other. Careful not to lift the chest up too much and curve in the lower back. Knit the front ribs in. Take one more breath. And let's release. Come off of the toes, point them back and just tap them down to the floor a little bit. All right, and let's find our first downward facing dog. So from tabletop, you'll probably want to walk your palms a couple inches past the shoulders before curling the toes under and lifting the hips up and back. So go ahead and paddle the feet, bend the knees, shake out the head. And we'll stretch into the IT band a little bit here. So lift your heels off the ground, come onto the balls of the feet, and then you're gonna drop both heels over towards the right. You can come up onto your left fingertips. I find it helpful to bend the right knee here, keep the left leg straight, and press into that left hip. This will kind of look and feel different from person to person, but you should end up feeling a stretch through the left side of your waist all the way down your left leg. Take one more breath. And let's come back to center. So palms flat, heels are lifted. We'll switch sides. Heels drop to the left. So this time you can lift up onto your right fingertips. You can bend your left knee, keeping the right foot flat to the mat and pressing and reaching through your right hip. Making our way back to down dog. Let's walk our feet forward, in between the palms to the top of the mat. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart or so, and soften the upper body as you fold. Fingertips can either stay to the floor or hold on to opposite elbows. Opening up into the backs of the legs. Release the fingertips back to the ground. Step back into your downward dog. Press the chest towards the thighs. Let's reach our right leg up towards the sky, bend the right knee, open up that hip, and just take a few knee circles. So tracing big circles with the knee, bringing it in towards the belly, and then up and over. Warming up the hips. Take about one more or so. And let's straighten and square the right leg. And step it forward in between your palms to the top of the mat. So for this low lunge, you'll need to bring your left knee down to the floor, keep your left hand exactly where it is, and start by bringing your right hand to your thigh. Feel your right knee draw forward as you press your hips down, and then push against that thigh to open the chest as you twist and draw your right shoulder down and away from the ear. Stay here, or to go deeper, right arm reaches up. Staying lifted through the chest. Let's look down, bring your right fingertips to the floor. Back toes will need to be curled under so you can lift your left knee off the ground. Engage your core, and we're lifting up into our high lunge, arms reaching up overhead. Right knee will bend. We're gonna interlace our fingers and release the thumb and the index. Squeeze your biceps along the ears, and we're gonna take a side bend. So lean the hands and the upper body over towards the right side of your mat. Keep bending deeply into your right knee. Take another breath, lift up. Let's fold forward. So reach your arms back, tilt. One long line from the crown of your head all the way back into your left foot. Start to bring your hands at your heart. We're coming into our warrior three. So you'll need to stand on your right leg and extend your left leg up and back. Keep spinning that left hip down so the knee and the toes point down, and pull the lower belly in. Take one more breath to lift and lengthen. And on the exhale, drop the fingertips to the floor. Lift the left leg up a little bit higher. Find your standing splits. Really reach and extend through the legs. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Plant the palms, step the right foot back next to the left. Stay here if you'd like, or take a vinyasa, inhaling to plank. Exhale, let's go all the way to the floor for this first one. Point the toes back and lift up to cobra. So hips stay down, chin and chest lift up. And then exhale, lower, press back, down dog. Let's reach our left leg up towards the sky, bend the left knee and open up that hip. We're gonna do those same knee circles. So pulling the knee to the chest and then lifting them to the side, all the way up. Do about 2 more. No need to tense up the shoulders or the neck while you're here. This is really just for your hips. And let's straighten and square the left leg. Carefully step it forward in between your palms. Right knee will come down to the floor for this low lunge. Keep your right hand where it is and bring your left hand towards your upper thigh. Press your hips forward and down and use your hand to press into your leg to twist. Drawing your left shoulder back. So chest is lifted. If you want to go deeper, left arm can reach up. Looking down, let's bring our left fingertips to the floor. We're gonna come into our high lunge with a side bend. So curl the back toes under, lift the right knee off the floor and come on up. Left knee is bent, right knee might need to bend a little bit as well. We're gonna interlace our fingers and release the thumb and the index. Squeeze the arms alongside the ears and lengthen, and then hinge over towards the left side of your mat. You should feel this stretch a little bit deeper into your side waist and down into your right hip flexors. Still bending into that left knee. Come all the way back up. Start to reach your arms down, palms facing down, and then tilt and lean forward. So diagonal line from your head all the way to your right foot. We're gonna bring our hands at our heart, coming up to warrior 3. So you're gonna stand on your left leg and extend your right leg up and back. Keep your right hip rolling down. Reach through that heel. Squeeze the glutes. We're coming into our standing splits. Fingertips can come down to the floor or rest on a block as you reach your right leg up. One more breath. Step it back to downward facing dog. Palms shoulder width distance apart. Feet are hip width distance apart. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale to plank. You can do the full one this time. So exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So before we do our next sequence, bring your knees to the floor and just make sure you have a block somewhere close to the top of the mat. You might want to have it for this next flow. Once you have it there, we meet in down dog. Right leg will lift up straight and squared. And you're going to step your right foot forward in between the palms. Spin your back foot parallel to the short edge of your mat, coming up into warrior 2. Palms are facing down, shoulders are aligned over your hips. Right knee is bending and you're trying to press that right knee open. Sink down a little lower. Let's reverse. Left hand down, right arm up. Nice side bend, still bending into your right knee. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm over your right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over, bicep along the ear. Keep dropping the hips low, pressing into your left foot. Use the strength of both legs to come back, warrior 2. Let's make our way to triangle. So straighten that front leg, bring your back toes in a little bit. We're gonna send our hips back and slide that right hand down the leg, reaching the left arm up. So just like we did our knee circles in our three-legged dog, we're gonna do arm circles in triangle pose. So extend your left fingertips forward towards the top of the mat and then rotate the arm all the way down. And as you come all the way back, feel the chest open a little bit more. Take 2 more and go at your own pace. Keep breathing as you're doing this. Last one. And then next time you come all the way up, you're gonna hold it there, maybe lift and look up. Let's bring our left hand on our hip, start to look down towards the floor, and bend a little bit into your right knee. So scoot your back foot in just a couple inches to narrow your stance. And you can bring your right fingertips either 6 inches in front of your right foot, or if this feels a little too challenging, you're gonna wanna put a block in front of you with your hand on the block. So choose the one you wanna do. We're coming into half moon. You're gonna stand on your right leg and extend your left leg up and back. Just like Warrior Two, you're trying to press your left hip and your left shoulder back so everything is facing over towards the left side of your mat. Engage the glutes. Either your left hand stays where it is on your hip, or you can reach it up towards the sky. Take one more breath. And let's look down to the floor, square off your hip and your chest. Step it back, downward facing dog. Press the chest to the thighs. Let's take our vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the second side. Reach your left leg up towards the sky and step it forward, Warrior Two. Left foot in between the hands, right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat, arms reach out, palms are facing down. So feel the opening, the stretch in your hips as you press that left knee open. And we'll reverse. So right hand down, left arm up. Back into Warrior Two. Extended side angle. Left forearm over your left thigh, right arm up and over. Reach through your back foot, pull your right shoulder back. Press the hips down low. And let's come back up. Straightening your left leg, narrow your stance a little bit, so bring that right toes in. Hips are gonna go back, slide your left hand down your leg. You can catch a hold of your shin as you reach your right arm up. We're gonna do those same circles with the arms. So reach your right fingertips forward towards the top of the mat, and then rotate it all the way down, and then all the way back up, and open the chest as you do this. 2 more and go at your own pace. Last one. So the next time you go all the way up, you're just gonna hold it there. For triangle, maybe looking up. Right hand is gonna come onto your waist. We're making our way to half moon. So look down, bend into your left knee, either grab your block and place it a few inches in front of your left foot, or just bring your fingertips there. We're gonna stand on our left leg as you drag your right toes back and reach your right leg up. You're spinning your right hip and your right shoulder back, so everything is facing over to the side, and then maybe the right arm reaches up. Take another breath and start to look down, square your shoulders and hips to the floor, step it back into your downward facing dog. Take your flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees to the floor, and we're gonna take a wide-legged fold. So coming to seated, open up your legs to a straddle. Feel free to sit up on a block here if you feel like you're rolling backwards quite a bit. We're gonna bring our right hand on our right leg. As you inhale, reach your left arm up, and then exhale to extend it over. So we're not trying to fold towards our right thigh. This is a side bend, so keep reaching and lifting. And then inhale, come out of the pose. Switch sides, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, move into your side bend. Pull that right shoulder back. Inhale, lift all the way back up. So this time you're gonna spin your chest to face over towards that right thigh, and then we're gonna fold forward. Keep the knees and the toes pointing up. Lifting your chest back up. Let's switch sides. So spin your chest to face over towards your left thigh and left leg, and then hinge at the hips from here to fold. Unrolling and lifting all the way back up. So we're gonna set ourselves up for this straight fold. Use a block if you'd like. We're here for about 10 breaths. Let your chest and upper back get really heavy. Breathing into the legs and into the lower back. And carefully start to walk the palms back in and lift yourself up inch by inch, no rush. And we've been here for a while, so you might want to use your hands to help the knees bend again. Step your feet wide, palms behind you, and just drop the knees side to side in a windshield wiper motion. This is a great way to release the lower back after those deep forward folds. And let's lower all the way down onto our back. So let's keep the knees bent. Left foot will stay flat on the floor. You're gonna pull your right knee in towards your chest and either hold here and just keep the knee wide, or take half happy baby by holding onto the sole of your foot and then stacking your ankle over your knee, keeping the elbow to the inside of the leg and drawing that knee down. See if you can pull your knee down towards the floor a little bit more. And we'll take it into our reclined pigeon pose. So cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee and press your right knee away from you. Keep that foot flexed. Stay here if this is enough. Otherwise, you're gonna reach through and pull your left knee in towards you. You can hold on to the back of the shin or the front of the thigh. it one last big squeeze. And let's set the left foot back down to the floor. You're gonna cross your right thigh directly over the top of your left. Reach your arms out to a T. Lift your hips and shift them over towards the right before letting both knees drop down over to the left. Right shoulder blade stays in contact with the floor, so the collarbones face up. Take your last 3 deep breaths in this twist, letting the knees drop down. Engage your core so that you can lift your knees all the way up and uncross the legs. We'll do that little sequence over to the other side. So this time keep your right foot pressing down to the floor and you're gonna pull your left knee in towards your chest. Either stay like this or take half happy baby, holding on to the left foot, keeping the elbow to the inside of the leg and stacking the ankle over the top of the knee. You're trying to pull that knee down towards the floor, getting deep into the inner groin. Breathe deeply into the belly. And let's come into our reclined pigeon pose. You'll need to cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh and press your left knee away from you. Stay here or reach through and either hold on to the back of your thigh or the front of your shin as you pull your right knee in towards you. So we're not lifting head and chest off the floor in order to pull the knee in. We want to keep the upper body really relaxed as we start to close our practice. See if you can create a bit more space into that left hip. Maybe pull the knee in a little closer to the belly. Release, set the right foot down. Let's take our twist. Cross your left thigh over your right, reach your arms out, and then pick up your hips so you can shift them over to the left before dropping your knees down to the right. Use your core to bring the knees up one at a time and uncross them. Let's make our way into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Stretch out the legs. Reach out the arms. Get yourself settled on the mat. Allow the eyes to close. And tune deeply into your body. Feeling how open it is now after that practice. And those deep stretches. Letting go of the need to move or fidget or use any effort. Instead, let gravity pull you down so that you can relax a little more. So if you'd like to stay in Shavasana for longer, I welcome you to just stay exactly as you are. Otherwise, we can gently start to wake up, wiggling fingers and toes, or turning the wrists and the ankles. Maybe taking one last stretch, reaching the arms up overhead as if you're just waking up in the morning. Getting really long. And then bend your knees. Roll over to the side. Use your arms to come up and take a seat. Either cross-legged or kneeling. Any way that's comfortable. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's bring our hands at the front of the heart. Gentle tuck of the chin. Closing with one breath together. Inhale through the nose. And out the mouth. We can bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And hinging forward at the waist, we say Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you feel a lot more opened up and flexible. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to practice with you again soon.